Good morning, everyone. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening Canning Recipes. Gosh, guys, that's even hard for me to say sometimes. It's canning day. Just like I've been saying, we're fixing to hit a canning marathon. Let me show you what I'm going to be making today. Very excited. So we're going through our freezer, and we have some ground elk here. We have some pork breakfast sausage and some pork mild Italian sausage, and then I have some sweet Italian sausage, and I have 3 pounds of hamburger meat. And what am I going to do with that hamburger meat? I'm going to do 1 pint of the manwich, and I'm going to do 2 pints of taco meat. This is going to be very quick meals for Greg and I, and I can't emphasize to you more, guys. Start canning your meats. It's that time. You need to make sure you have them on hand. You need to make sure you have plenty of meats in your pantry, your proteins. That's very important. It's very important to us because, you know, Greg's a pretty beefy guy, and he likes his meat and taters. So let's get started on all of this. So the longest part of this process, guys, is just cooking your meats and getting them ready. I've got my jars in the dishwasher, getting cleaned and sterilized. I have my lids and my bands and some hot water over here. So as I pack my jars, I can put them in my canner. I have that on low, just keeping the water hot. And I will add my cans as I go, because I have quite a few different meats here. So the first one I'm doing is the taco meat. This is a little bit leaner than what I canned the other day. I'll still need to drain it and wash it off, and then add my taco seasoning, get it cooked up, and can it. But yeah, this is probably the longest part of the process. So as you're starting this, again, you want to make sure that you have your jars cleaned and sterilized. You want to make sure you have your utensils ready, your jar, your little magnet thing to get your lids out of the hot water. I'm going to use my little, I don't know what the name of this is. Whoop, better get that. So I love my electric skillet for these types of tasks. It is convenient. It doesn't heat up the house. It frees up my stove over here for that pressure canner. Sometimes I don't like to cook next to it because I don't know if it's safe. So using this really helps me a lot. But I use this, guys, for breakfast. I use it for dinner. Like I'm going to be making Greg some Italian sausage spaghetti tonight, his fave. And so when I'm done with all of this, I'll go ahead and make his dinner in here. So let's let this cook up a little bit, and I'll check back with you in a minute. So I've drained and washed my meat. I've added my taco seasoning. We love taco salad. You can make just regular tacos with this, or you can make taco salad, which for us is on a bed of lettuce with purple onions, shredded cheddar cheese, sour cream, olives, all kinds of good stuff. And I like to put mine with some tortilla chips. But if you're trying to avoid the carbs, like I said, you can just put it on a bed of lettuce and make you a beautiful taco salad. I think I'm going to need to add a little bit more taco seasoning. It's not going to take long for this to simmer. We just want the taco seasoning to blend. So we'll let this cook in a little bit, let some of that water evaporate. It's cooked up enough. I put about a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, guys, in this. You don't want to use iodine salt, which is your table salt. So be sure and you can use pink Himalayan, or you can use kosher salt. Now this really isn't grease. Some of it might be. A lot of it is the water from me adding to get the seasoning to mix in. I'll mush that down. Got me a little station set up here, and I'll add just a little bit more Go ahead and start filling this one, and we'll see what we have left, because this was 2 pounds. So I got 2 pints. I'm not adding any beef broth to these guys because I think there's going to be enough liquid from the taco seasoning mixture and the water I added. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in my pressure canner and let them stay in there warm. Now it's on to making my sloppy joe mix. So I did get 2 pints of sloppy joe. It was out of 1 pound of a hamburger meat and 1 can of the manwich sauce. I did add a little bit of water, guys, to kind of top it off, because I can always add a can of our diced tomatoes that we have canned from our garden, or even a can from the grocery store to top it off and flavor it up a little bit more if we have to use it, and we will use it. So next on our list is the 2 pounds of elk, and I did, guys, I'm going ahead and heating up some beef broth. Elk is very lean. It's not going to put out a lot of fat, I don't believe, and we will need to top it off with some beef broth in our pint jars. So we picked up elk from the butcher because elk is very high in protein, a lot more higher in protein than your regular hamburger meat. It's also very high in iron, and it's very low in fat. And you can see it's pretty dense. I want you to look at that, guys. There's absolutely no grease, no fat coming off that elk. So I'm about to finish up here, waiting on my beef broth to get heated up really good, and I'm going to pack it with beef broth and a half a teaspoon of salt. No need to rinse on this. So yes, got 2 pints out of 2 pounds. Added my beef broth. And I'm just taking, so I know what's in there, I'm going to put just a little bitty up here. I'm going to put these in the canner. Next on my list is the pork Italian sausage. Now notice I did all my meats first. Now I'm going to do my sausages all at the same time. So I'll do my 3 pounds of pork Italian sausage, and then after this is done, I will do my breakfast sausage. Now this has a lot of fat in it, so with 3 pounds, I bet, I hope to get 3 pints, but we'll see, because this will need to be drained and it'll need to be rinsed with all the fat content. So we can use Italian sausage, like I said, for spaghetti sauce. I make a hearty Tuscan soup, which this is delicious in. You can make a cabbage soup with it. So this is pretty versatile as far as your soup makings, and it'd be something great to have on hand with high calorie and high fat content. Let's let this cook up. So you can see there's a lot of fat in this sausage, of course. It is smelling really good, and we'll have to, after we drain and wash this, guys, we'll have to add some hot water. So I have some hot water boiling over here, because you want to top it off. Don't fill it any higher than your first lip. You want to leave about 1 inch head space, or the first lip head space on your pints. This is going to be wonderful. So I canned 12 pints of hamburger meat the other day. You may have seen my video, and this is going to be about another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe close to 12 actually, guys, this time around. So we'll have 24 pints of meat stored up. So we're cleaning out the freezer because we want the convenience of just heating up our food, but they're predicting that Texas is going to have another bad winter storm sometime in January like we did last year, and if we lose electricity, we do have a generator. We have backup systems, but we just don't want to be worried about a freezer full of food. So canning your meats or freeze drying is a great way to preserve meats that are skyrocketing right now, 14 to 17%, if not more, depending on where you're at, I'm sure. So this is helping us to preserve our food at today's prices. In case they continue to go up, they may drop. Who knows? You know, you never know anymore. I never know anymore what's going on. We just want to be prepared, and it's better to have and not need than to need and not have. And honestly, guys, this will be consumed pretty quick. So let's get this finished up, drained and washed. Okay, so I did indeed get 3 pints. I topped it off with some hot water, added a half a teaspoon of salt, and now into the canner they go. Last but not least, guys, is my breakfast sausage. And I'm a clean fanatic, especially working with chicken and pork. So I'm always using these disinfectant wipes in my work area. So like the Italian sausage, guys, this is going to be very fatty. You need to be rinsed, drained. So what will we use this breakfast sausage for? We can use it to mix with eggs. We can use it for sausage gravy. You can use it, some people might use it in their spaghetti sauce. So we love our sausage crumbles, and we get our stuff from the butcher. I know a lot of you have commented on a very popular brand of breakfast sausage that it's broken your teeth because there was gristle or bones in it. Well, we don't really have that problem with our local butcher. You may seek out in your area. The butcher we go to, of course, has the wild game, which we like because we like to diversify our meats as well. And we've had really, really good luck with this breakfast sausage. So I have more venison in there. I think I have 3 more pounds. I'll probably can that sometime this week, but tomorrow I think I'm going to make chicken soup. So you might want to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you like this video and if you find it helpful for you. And stay in touch. We're going to be canning a lot of soups for this year to put back there in our pantry. Guess what, my friends? Those packs must have had about 1.5 pounds in them. So again, half a teaspoon of salt, topped it off with some hot water. Now it's going in the pressure canner. So guys, the lid is on. We're gonna let it steam. We've got the heat turned up now. So we want this vent to steam for 10 minutes once it starts steaming. It's gonna take a little bit for it to get up to that point. We'll let that steam for 10 minutes and then we'll put our weight on. Then we're gonna process these for 75 minutes at about 10 to 11 pounds. And then we'll be done. So it took me about an hour and 45 minutes to prepare all the meats and get them in there. So now it's probably going to be about another 90 minutes, maybe 95 minutes, because we need to let that steam. So yeah, this is probably about a half day's work, but it's very well worth it. This half day's work is going to cut down on my week's work when we're busy working outside or at work and we just want to come home for something quick. So we have Italian sausage, sloppy joes, taco meat, elk, and breakfast sausage. What a great lineup, guys. So this was my meat canning marathon. I'm sure there's going to be more because we are going through that freezer. We have some roast in there. I have some more venison. We have some chicken. So all of that is going to be coming up here real soon. So hit that subscribe button. So if you were doing quarts, it takes about 90 minutes to process your meat. So keep that in mind. 75 minutes for pints and about 90 minutes for your quarts. Now it's on to make Greg's spaghetti. He's very excited about this. And then out to start planting some more. We were able to score some more of those very large tubs from one of our cattle ranchers out here who I went to school with. Thank you, Brent, very much. And we picked up quite a few this morning. Greg's out there getting them cleaned up and getting them filled with soil for that first high tunnel. And we are getting getting our seeds ready and getting our transplants ready to go into the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this video. So let me tell you how this is going to end. This is going to, again, steam for 10 minutes. We're going to process for 75 minutes after that. We'll replace that weight, start our processing. Once it gets up to 10 pounds, to 11 pounds, we're going to set our timer for 75 minutes. Once the process is complete, you do not do anything other than turn off your heat. And then you wait until that dial gets back down to 0 before you even begin to open it back up. So we've got a little bit of time going on this. I wanted to get this video done for you guys and get it up so you could see. Thank you for watching, guys. Be sure and share us with your friends and family or on your social media. Be sure and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button, again, if you think that this has helped you. Take care. God bless. We will be in touch.